If your foundation looks fine in the mirror but cakes into every wrinkle by lunchtime, the formula is working against you, not your skin. I'm a Korean makeup artist, and after 30 years painting faces for brides, actresses, and women over 50, I know exactly which foundations sink into fine lines and which ones smooth them away. Today, I'm showing you 6 foundations that settle into wrinkles after 50, plus the 2 that actually blur them. Number 6. House Labs. 0 out of 10, and I don't hand those out lightly. A client walked into my salon wearing this, glowing, because she'd seen it all over her feed. I watched it fall apart in real time. Cute for about 5 minutes, then it started sliding around her cheeks, breaking up, grabbing every bit of texture, like the formula had something against her face. On mature skin, it only gets worse as the hours go. For something this hyped online, that's a genuine letdown. And honestly, the next one hurts me more, because it's a bottle I personally trusted for decades. Estée Lauder Double Wear, 2 out of 10. This was in my kit for every long wedding day, the one I trusted to last through tears, dancing, 1,000 hugs. Then they reformulated it. The new version quietly took away everything that made it work, and at $52 a bottle, that's not a small thing. I keep retesting it, hoping I'm wrong. I'm not. A 2 is me being generous for what it used to be. But at least this one had marketing behind it, the next one hides behind plastic surgeons. ET Cosmetics CC Plus Cream, 3 out of 10. Developed with plastic surgeons, sounds reassuring when you're standing at the counter trying to make a smart choice. But in a real chair, under real daylight, the formula is too dense and too heavy. It catches on texture instead of melting over it, and actually makes fine lines more visible, the exact opposite of why you bought it. By mid-afternoon, it cakes and sits on top of the skin instead of looking like skin. That's a 3. And if you think a pricey one is the problem, wait until you see what the cheap drugstore icon does. Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless, 2 out of 10. The bottle everyone grabs because it's cheap and familiar, but matte is almost never your friend after 50. That flat, dry finish clings to texture and settles into your lines the second it goes on, then turns chalky by midday. And poreless? On lived-in skin, it does the opposite, pulling attention to every spot it claims to hide. Another 2. Now, before the last 2 on the skip list, the next one genuinely splits me down the middle. If an honest foundation ranking from someone who actually works on skin like yours is useful to you, go ahead and subscribe. I do these every week. And stick with me, because the 2 I actually recommend are coming, and one of them costs less than half the bottles I'm telling you to skip. A.L.F. Holo Glow Liquid Filter, 5 out of 10, and this is the one I'm torn about. Blended on fresh, the glow is beautiful, lit from within in a way that's genuinely hard not to like, and it costs almost nothing. But here's where it turns on mature skin. It's too dewy and too slippery, it never quite sets, so it slides all day and travels into your lines. If your skin runs dry and you set it down properly with the right powder, it might just work. For most of my clients, I can't put my name on it. The 5 is the glow alone earning it. The next one earns its spot for a different reason entirely: wet and wild photo focus. 4 out of 10. The coverage is decent and it's very affordable, so I understand the appeal. But the texture is thick and it sits right on the surface instead of melting in the way you need after 50. It lies on top, it doesn't blend down. And then there's the smell. I won't be delicate, it smells like wet paint straight out of the tube. I've had clients wrinkle their nose in my chair and ask what that was. When a woman comments on the smell while you're still applying it, that tells you everything. A 4, and only because the coverage shows up. So those are the 6 I won't reach for. Now here's what I actually pull out for almost every mature client who sits in my chair. Hourglass Ambient Soft Glow Foundation. 8 out of 10, and I recommend it every time the budget allows. That soft glow finish is genuinely beautiful on mature skin, radiant without ever turning greasy or sliding on you. It stays flexible all day, and flexible is everything after 50, because it moves when your face moves instead of cracking into your lines. It doesn't settle, and the skin looks lit from within from morning straight through dinner. A rare one that does exactly what the bottle promises. A solid 8. But it's still not the first thing I reach for. The one I reach for before anything else, Luxe Color Changing Foundation. 10 out of 10, and I don't say that about anything. It adjusts to your exact tone as you blend, so there's no shade guessing and none of that horror of watching your face oxidize orange by afternoon. It doesn't settle, doesn't crease, doesn't grab crepey texture or sink into your marionette lines. The finish stays natural and comfortable all day while you're talking, moving, actually living in it. I started reaching for this over the expensive bottles and never looked back. It doesn't look like makeup sitting on your face, it just looks like your skin, but better. It's cheaper on Amazon, so I'll put the link in the description below. Go take a look.